What's that? Breaking news? No, it's just the Paper Boys rambling. Let's see what's happening in this episode.
Hey, Happy New Year's, folks. That's now on the rearview mirror, and welcome to another edition of the Paper Boys, B-O-Y-Z. We have the regular crew here, Wyatt and Greg and myself.
Hello.
Howdy. And what's that? Oh, you're pretty excited? I mentioned your name or what?
Well, yeah. I was out for a couple weeks, and I got in one, and you barely let me talk last time, so I figured...
Yeah. Well, okay. So pretty smooth intro, I thought. So everybody got... Hey, I got picked up on New Year's Eve. Did I tell you guys that?
Briefly,
Yeah, I got stopped for speeding in a 55 in Rock County, and the officer came to the window, Mary and I. It was 9:30 on New Year's Eve evening. We're heading home because, our evening was over. And he came to the window of the car, and he said, I clocked you at actually 62 miles an hour in the 55, which was accurate. That's where I was going. And but he said they were on trying to get impaired drivers off the road, especially on New Year's Eve, and that was very much appreciated by Barry and I. And he asked what we had been doing and told him, and they talked about getting impaired drivers off the road, like I said, and I said, well, that's okay because I don't drink, so that's not a problem.
Well, he didn't ask you about your blindness and deafness or anything when he said impaired?
No, but
take a hearing test.
I tell you what, we were driving Mary's car, which I don't normally drive, and it's a fairly new vehicle. I didn't know how to turn the flashers on. Oh, really? And I saw, but I had my driver's license out, and we had our insurance card and title card, and he took the information back to his car and probably ran to see how my record was, and it's impeccable actually. And
Sure.
So he came back to the car and said, "Hey, everything is good. You guys have a good evening and drive safe and slow down, and we're on our way." So I thought that was, of course, there was no reason to be anxious when I got picked up other than I was doing.
Oh, you're always a little nervous, though, when you get pulled over.
You know what? I really wasn't because I knew more than likely why he was stopped. Oh, I knew I was 62, but and that never came up again, by the way. I was just, and he made it very clear he was stopping me. He had a legitimate reason.
Mm-hmm. Probable cause, probably.
And the reason was to get impaired drivers off the road. So that's cool. Good job, Rock County Police Department, or Sheriff's Department.
Yeah, I guess I've never been pulled over and not known, or I've always had an inkling of knowing while I was getting pulled over. So,
and that would be what?
Well, I've been pulled over 3 times. Twice for speeding.
Ever get a ticket?
The very first time I got a ticket. The second time it was like South Dakota was doing their annual low speed thing, like make sure I was going 65 and a 60.
65 and a 60?
Yeah.
Wow.
And they were doing they do it like once a year. They pick like 2 weeks out of the year to crack down on speeding or whatever. And the last time was last year. Really, really bad weather, and I bought my tabs, and so I had my tabs in my center console, but I never put them on my car, and so he pulled me over for tabs. But I showed him I had my tabs in the center console, and he's like, just go home and put them on.
Are they still there?
I actually bought my tabs for this year yesterday and put them on yesterday. So,
Greg, how about you? I suppose you got stopped for loud muffler every once in a while.
No, not. I was actually pretty good with that. No speeding, No, when I had the Audi, it probably should have been picked up, but I got picked up once coming out of St. James. Gavin and I were coming home back from something in Minneapolis, and I was driving his car, and we got pulled over for tint. So actually, I was driving, so I would have been on the hook for not my vehicle, but for driving, and I cried a little. No, I didn't. We got out of it. So
you had the windows were too tinted by the standards.
Yes.
Did he take the tint off then down the road, or I mean not then, but later on?
No, that was one of many warnings my son has gotten.
Oh, okay.
Well, I shouldn't say that. No, he's a good kid.
Okay. All right. Well, cool.
It's all off.
A couple things that I wrote about in the column this week because I went to the movie Song Sung Blue.
Yep.
It's about the Neil Diamond experience kind of thing with Hugh Jackman and Kate Hudson. And the movie is beyond awesome.
Oh, yeah?
I really, really love the show, the story, the music, of course. And it's playing Friday night and Friday and Saturday at the Palace Theater. Shows times at 7:00. Strongly encourage you to go. It's a great, great movie. And the movie experience was a whole different story that I went to over in Sioux Falls, but we won't get into that. We'll get into more important things. Greg wanted to talk about food today. And so in lieu of being the Food Network here.
I haven't had enough over the Thanksgiving and the holiday season, I guess.
So earlier today, Wyatt and I were kind of discussing our favorite and not so favorite smells.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and so seeing how we've talked about that, Greg, not to put you on the spot right away, so give a little bit of thought as to what your favorite and least favorite smells are. But Wyatt, take us over and walk us through your favorite.
Well, to start off light, I love the smell every day I come to work. Sometimes Generations is having a very good meal, so I love that smell, especially when they're doing potatoes.
Okay.
Also, sometimes I love the smell of fresh lit cigarettes. I think those.
But you don't smoke, do you?
I don't smoke. Nope, I don't smoke. But when you're walking past people or something, they gotta. I don't like. I know I don't like going into somebody's house and they're an avid smoker.
Right.
But just something about freshly.
That first whiff.
Yeah, I like that. And then also when you're at the gas pumps filling up. The smell of,
so you're not smelling someone's fresh lit cigarette at the gas pump.
Right.
No, that would be dangerous.
That's a bad comment. This is like, these are great together.
Yeah, you see that sometimes though.
Yeah,
but,
you do. Not very often.
But those are weird smells that I like. I think. Well, not Generations. Generations is obviously
that's
everybody likes
good
good
old
food.
cooked food.
Yeah. But cigarettes and. But what about you, Rick?
Well, I do. I'm not Mr. Bacon, but I do like the smell of bacon, being fried bacon, except for when you fry it in your house and your house stinks like fried bacon.
Yeah, because it gets
a little over.
I
like walking by or in any bakery.
Yeah.
The smell of fresh baked rolls and that kind of stuff.
But everybody likes those smells.
Dryer sheets, when you're walking through the neighborhood or something and somebody happens to be dry and closes and the dryer sheet smell coming through the vent, that's pretty cool. I'm not the fresh smell of cigarettes. No, the gasoline. No, but my dad used to smoke, and he always had one of them Zippo flip up lighters. Where you kind of run that little flint wheel.
Yep.
And you had to fill it up with lighter fluid.
Butane, or was it?
Lighter fluid is what it was.
Lighter fluid back then. Yeah.
I like that smell. That was a good smell off the weird side of things. But that's about it. Good food, of course.
Everybody likes good food.
Anything on the grill when you can smell somebody grilling.
Oh, especially spring or like fall time when like hardly anybody's grilling, but you get a whiff of somebody on a nice day. That's
in the neighborhood.
Someone in the neighborhood cooking.
When we lived in Redwood Falls, we lived right behind the Hardee's restaurant there, and that's the flame broiled hamburger, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That gets a little overbearing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
A little much of the good thing is kind of a bad thing. But Greg, how about you?
I would say, much like Wyatt, a little bit on the gasoline or diesel fuel. More of the diesel, I would say. Sometimes it gets a little overpowering, but if you're constantly behind it. But love the smell of fresh rain.
That's a great idea.
I will go outside, just stand there, just soak it in.
Something special about the springtime too. Spring rain always smells really good.
I mean, and I can't remember there's a word for that, but it was on my calendar yesterday. I should have brought that in. I got a yearly calendar with a new word on it every day.
What's the word for the day?
Quagmire, which means you're in a situation that's hard to get out of or deal with.
You're in a real quagmire.
Yes.
Okay.
Which I didn't realize in Family Guy, Quagmire.
Oh, yeah.
The neighbor who's
he's always in a situation.
He's in a situation. Yes. So that kind of made sense. So I use that word now in a conversation today. So that's a check mark. Other smells, ones I really don't like are lingering food, much like what you're saying, like with the Hardee's or
The bacon.
Not necessarily bacon, but just when they just let it waft over the neighborhood and it loses its
Yeah, on that, like what you're saying, though, is like I love Casey's pizza. I think I like all pizza, but Casey's has the one where it kind of, if you order it, your car kind of smells like it, for some time after. And when it's obviously good to eat, but
when it lingers,
don't like the lingering smell.
Yeah,
I have a experience actually of a visual and scent bad experience.
Okay.
We've all been at the same time. It was visual and aroma.
Okay.
Awful. We've all been behind the rendering truck, right? Okay. Doesn't matter if it's July or January.
Yeah.
Okay. Not too long ago on Highway 75, the rendering truck was ahead, had a full load, and for whatever reason, the back door opened up.
Oh, no.
Oh, no was right.
He didn't get,
now, there was none that fell out.
Okay.
But the visual and the smell was enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But doesn't happen often, but we are in farm country, USA.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Or the trucks will leave that little line for a mile or half a mile or so too that of just run
the
off.
stock truck.
Yeah.
Well.
And that smell just, you just want to try not to drive through it and take it home. So you're kind of dodging, but.
Yeah, hopefully it doesn't have 75 very often because dodging that and the potholes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and not very good.
They filled some of those holes, though, with that whatever
I saw that,
stuff.
yeah.
Just recently?
Yeah. Because, I mean, I was either driving in the center lane or, like, in the bike lane trying to dodge everything. And then now I can kind of drive on 75.
That should last till Tuesday.
Yeah, because that stuff sticks so well.
All right, so football.
Oh, yeah.
Super Bowl or the playoffs are starting this weekend, and so who you guys? What's your favorites? What are you thinking? Super Bowl's what? That'd be in February sometime, I'm sure, right?
I think it's always the second week in February.
Okay.
Yeah,
do you know your Roman numerals very much? What year is it? It's like got an L and an X and an I. Is it L 50?
L is 50, X is 10.
So 60 something.
V is a 5.
Yeah, so it's like 60 something. Yeah, 60.
Or if there's the I is on one side of the X, that could be a 9.
Yep. IX is 9.
Yeah, IX is 9.
But I think it's
XI
LXI, I think is what I've seen.
So that would be 66 if it's LXI. No, sorry, 71. 71.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
LXI would be...
No, 61.
61. Yeah.
And I'm sure we're wrong there, too.
Yeah, that's 61 years of the Vikings not being winners.
Well, true. But okay,
isn't like the stat like we're like one of the most winningest teams that have never won or something like that? Don't we have like a really good?
Well, we've been there 4 times.
4 times lost. 4 times.
But we're not the only one that's done that.
Right,
No.
Yeah. Didn't the Bills go like 4 years in a row or something and lost all 4?
Yeah. So, who you picking then? Whatever number it is, and whenever it is in February.
Well, my hopes, or like if I had a list, I think my first top one would be the 49ers. I like the Brock Purdy story.
Yeah.
And then I don't think you like them very much, but I would like the Bills. I think the Bill. I like Josh.
I'm fine with the Bills.
I like Josh Allen. You know, I'm more
one.
picking off of people now.
Yeah.
The Steelers are in it, right? I'd hate for them to be there.
Yeah.
Well, you said the Bills, the Steelers.
No, it's Bills and 49ers. I'd like. To
you want
the
that,
Steelers? I'd hate for them to make it.
Well,
I don't want Aaron Rodgers to be near there. And then, I don't like to root in the division at all. I wouldn't mind seeing the Bears go far just because people thought they were going to be the worst team in our division, and they've turned out being the myth. I don't want Seattle to go any further.
Why?
Just because, I didn't like Sam Darnold when he played for us, so I would hate
because on 2 games or the 14 that he won?
Just because I think he I think he, we went to the playoff. I think the whole season I was saying, we're going to lose first round in the playoffs anyways, because he's not a good quarterback, and we did that. So I think I'm right.
Oh boy!
So I hope I'm right again. I don't think he's an all that kind of quarterback.
God, you're kind of a negative guy.
Yeah,
you held a grudge.
The other team I'd love to see win. I'm picking every team in the league now, but the Rams. I like Matt Stafford a lot. I think he's one of the coolest quarterbacks ever.
He's on the number 1 or number 2 some guy's list of strongest arms that ever played in NFL.
Yeah.
And he was like number 1 or 2.
Well,
Brett Favre was on that list.
Well, everybody loves Patrick Mahomes,
No.
but Matt Stafford was doing that stuff before Patrick Mahomes came into the league. He was doing that
on the Lions.
Yes, he was doing that, running out underhand throws to guys. He was just on a terrible team.
Yeah,
but
Greg, who are you picking?
Generally, if the Vikings, the minute they lose, I kind of lose interest for the year. But if I had to pick from the list, I would say probably Bills or with Stafford in the Rams. Again, I'm going to go with either stories or people.
Okay.
It's the way I go.
I'm picking, and more because I don't know all the players, but I'm a Patriots fan.
Really?
And I kind of didn't realize this, but back in the day when you used to watch, the NBA, I was a Celtic fan. I just liked the culture of the Celtics. Mm-hmm. By the way, I was watching TV over the holiday weekend, and the game came on, and it was when Kevin McHale was a rookie with the Boston Celtics, and they were playing the New York Knickerbockers.
Okay.
And man, that's the way basketball's supposed to be played. It was great watching that.
The old sky hooks and
man. Larry Bird was there, and making passes. To go against Wyatt's hatefulness of Sam Donald is I'd like to see Seattle.
Really?
Only because Sam did a good job for the Vikings, 80% of the time, and I would like to see him prove you wrong that he can be a big-time championship quarterback.
Closer.
Are the Broncos in it still?
Yeah, they still are. Yeah.
I wouldn't mind because they got rid of Sean McVay, or they still have him. No. What?
Who are the Broncos?
Yeah.
For their coach?
Yeah.
No. It's the guy that used to be at the Saints.
What's his name? That's who I said.
The one that got banned or had to sit out here because he tried to kill Brett Favre and
Yes. I can see him, and I just can't think of the name.
Well, anyway, what about the Broncos?
Well, now that you don't like the guy.
Well,
the only reason I wanted to win because I don't like Russell Wilson.
Okay.
And him and that head coach didn't see eye to eye.
They did. They hated each other.
And so Russell went somewhere else, and I like to see him win without Russell Wilson.
Okay, so the Denver Broncos.
Yeah.
Their quarterback is a guy by the name of Bo Nix, right?
Bo Nix, yep.
Did you ever watch the movie Draft Day with Kevin Costner?
Yep, great movie.
Okay, the quarterback that everybody was supposed to draft number 1, but he didn't have a gut feeling that was the right name.
Yeah.
Okay. Wasn't his name Bo Nix?
I'm not for sure. I don't remember that. I don't remember his name.
I think it was.
Really?
Yeah. Hypothetical quarterback back.
Yeah.
I think he played hypothetically back then for Wisconsin.
Okay.
And he was supposed to be the number 1 draft pick, but he didn't want him for
passed over.
Yeah. And wasn't it like once the first team passed over him, it was kind of like the Shadur Sanders thing. Once one team passed over him,
yeah, because they were all wondering why
didn't he take him?
Yeah, what's wrong?
Yeah. That was a great movie. That's probably.
I like that. Yeah, I really did. It's really cool, the art of negotiations, I think.
Yeah. And what's the one with
probably real cheap to make too, because they probably did film the whole thing in like 3 rooms.
Brad Pitt,
Moneyball. Yeah, that's another great movie.
And you come in there with the nerdy guy and all the numbers, and he's like
Jonah Hill, I think.
Yes, yeah. Jonah Hill. Back then, it was just amazing how that went into it too. It kind of took the gut feeling out of it, and he did it by numbers.
Sean Payton. See, I said McVay for some reason.
Yeah, well, he's a coach somewhere. He's a coach for the 49ers?
Yes, he's the 49ers head coach. Sean Payton is. Yeah.
Okay, here's a trivia question for you. What NFL head coach coaching, I think 6 or 7 got fired over the last couple of days, but all the head coaches that coached this year in the NFL, which one of them rushed for more yards than Bo Jackson. Now, what the head coach
rushed
played,
for more yards than Bo Jackson.
Yes.
I would say 0 because none of them can run like Bo Jackson.
Okay, you're wrong.
So there's
I meant the
obviously
coaches.
one.
I was trying to make a joke.
Yeah.
Now, they went and asked all the coaches, they're like 10, 15, 20 coaches, and none of them could think of it. And one of the coaches
He's
was
the current
John Homer.
head coach?
He's a current head coach. Rushed for more yards than Bo Jackson. And I'll even tell you this. He played quarterback when he was in the NFL.
The only person I could think of who's not a coach, I don't think, is Michael Vick. But
No, but John Harbaugh, who just got fired.
oh yeah, he just for the Ravens.
It wasn't him.
Oh,
But it was his brother Jim.
oh, okay.
Jim was a quarterback for the Baltimore Colts. I think they were Baltimore at the time.
Yeah.
And now you're thinking, well, who outrushed Bo Jackson? Well, remember, Bo Jackson only played 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it was 2,700 yards in his career, got more yards than that. But his own brother didn't know that. I thought that was kind of cool. All right, so you don't care who wins.
Not really.
I'm picking the Patriots or Seattle to make it to the Super Bowl. And if I had to, I'd pick Seattle to win. Sentimental thing. You, Wyatt, you're going with who then?
If I had to pick one team out of all the ones I listed,
Yes.
I would go with the Rams. I like Matt Stafford a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong there. NFC team, that's good. All right, guys, about ready to wrap this up.
Yep.
Anything else?
Yep. Nope. The only thing I say is make sure wherever you're listening to us, you hit the follow or subscribe button, whether that's Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or YouTube.
All right, man. Thanks a
Yeah.
lot, guys. Have a good weekend. Good night.